Hello everybody, this is Sabre Wolf from vidthrough.com with another commentary for you. I keep I keep wanting to do these champion focuses, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I feel like playing Garen today. Well, yeah, I played Garen with 3 straight matches, and I went at a combined I think it was like 27-2 and like 20 or something like that. It was ridiculous. Like I ridiculously owned as Garen. I don't know if you're actually supposed to own that much with Garen. I think you are, because I mean it's just spin to win, DEMACIA, right? So, but anywho, yeah. So this is a Garen commentary. I had a really great match with him, a couple matches in a row. This is actually the shorter one of the 3 I had. So I also had one awesome diving double kill through 2 turrets to get the kills. That'll be later on in the thing. So yeah, so basically, for Garen, I start with boots and 3 health pots. Because he does have mana. He's just basically based on cooldown reduction only. And you also want to start with Judgment as your first skill. Actually, it's the skill you want to level up the most as you go along through the match. You level up your E first, which is Judgment, then your Q, which is Decisive Strike, and then finally you get your guard little defensive shield last. You do want to get 1 point of it in level 3 because you permanently gain like 25 armor and magic resistance if you kill like 50 minions or units total with it while you have that just on you, like permanently. So you can build your armor and magic resistance that way. Plus the fact that with my rune pages, I sometimes go armor pen marks or HP, flat HP marks, depending on how I feel. This was going to be a little tanky, so I went HP marks. I also go flat HP quintessences, flat armor, and magic resistance per level glyphs, because your armor is going to increase as you level up anyways. So I go magic resistance glyphs because it's going to be higher in the end when you get to level 18. And the spells don't really hurt you until you get to the point where it's equal. So magic resistance glyphs. So my armor and magic resistance keep building up between the shield W and between the actual rune page too. And for masteries, actually I don't remember what masteries were. I think it went like 3 points in offense just for the crit. I think, I don't know. And I put I think I would put like 11 points in the utility, and I think they put the rest in defense. But I stopped defense at the health mark, so I don't get like all the points in defense. But when I do a champion focus again, I'll dig all that stuff up for you guys. So at this point, we're forcing the lane. Me and Kennen. Kennen was the pug, by the way. He was the we had a 4-man pre-made, so we had to pick up a 5th randomly. Normal. So so the Kennen is actually a pug. He was in Ventrilo with us, or sorry, TeamSpeak. So the second skill you want to get on Garen, which I will click on in a little bit. I don't know why it took me so long to click on the second skill. But the second skill you do get is Decisive Strike for the silence and for the speed boost as well. And I turn around and hit that I turned around and hit the Rammus with a silence because I didn't want him to taunt me into the turret. And because it took a lot of damage, the thing about Garen's passive is that 0.5 of his maximum HP he regens. So he can regen health constantly. So just by getting using 1 health pot and my passive, I can regen my health like almost all the way back up. See, my health, like, I went from like a 1/3 health to like over 2/3 health just by staying in the bush that one little minion wave. Just by using the health pod and the passive. Again, for the third level, you get the defensive W. Fortunately, Sharn, he's falling in love with Zillion, and he took mid. And unfortunately, the Brand on the other team was actually the only real good player on the team. On the other team, the rest of the team, as you'll see, like pretty much were pretty bad. But Brand was actually pretty decent on the other team. He got pretty decent kills early. But yeah, Sharn unfortunately gave up first blood before we got that kill up top. And then our pug, yeah, I couldn't see how he left the lane. He went up mid and he actually finished off the kill on the Brand there. and he will actually take over mid through the rest of the game. Now, one thing you want to note is that when you get slowed like that, Garen's skills are actually multiple purposes. Like all the skills are. Like Q gives you speed boost and a silence plus a hard hit. W gives you lowers the damage that's taken onto you for a few seconds, and if you have the skill, it just permanently increases the armor and magic resistance. And the W in the E skill, which is Judgment, that not only does you spin around a place and you deal a lot of damage around you, it actually removes the slow. If there's a slow on you, it actually removes the slow, and if there's slow it does get on you, it reduces the duration of the slow. So when that Rammus did that spin move to slow me, see there's a slow right there. See, I'd start the Judgment, and that takes off that slow, and I get back to my normal speed again. But going back to my starting items, I do get boots. I do get the tier 1 boots, and because I want that speed, because Garen's got to be mobile, because all of his skills are pretty much close range melee. So I want to get that close range. Get in there quick and get out, kind of like that Cho'Gath. Kind of like Cho'Gath, I do. Right now, Shar's dumping bombs on Ockley because Ockley is the only real fearful champion in the other team that can do a lot of damage to us. So here we are. I actually forced her out of the cloak thing, her cloak ring, into the bushes where Zillion was just there waiting for her. She went the wrong way. She just oh, I gotta jump in the bushes to get away, and fortunately we're sitting right in the bushes so we could see her anyways, and he just pops a bomb on her, and which ticks down, and you die. Which, the Bazillion's bomb, if you have a Zillion bomb on your head, and yeah, I mean pretty much you know you're gonna die, it's gotta be the worst feeling in the world. To be running away, it's oh, I got a bomb in my head, I'm gonna die anyways, this is great. But as you see, this will be a little bit of a repeat process as we go along. And you see our cannon did a lot better mid lane, but I don't know. It's doing a lot better in mid lane and forcing that brand down. So right now we're just waiting. We want to keep the lane pushed up as much as possible. We're just looking at the experience sitting in the bushes, waiting for Ockley to come back, not to waste our skills. And Zillion's mana. See how she pushes back up there again. So we're going to jump in there. She slows. I'm going to silence. I'm going to Spinorama to do a lot of damage on her. He actually got a double bomb on her. And we noticed that after I killed this minion, oh shoot, she didn't die. And I just turned 6, so now I got my ultimate. So I'm just going to come around the bush on the side, see if she's still going to be there. Which, for some reason she was just sitting there. I guess she didn't want to leave the lane, and boom! DEMACIA! Yeah, you died. Bye-bye. I think she didn't want to leave the lane because we already forced her back and she didn't want to lose any more XP. And so I think that's probably why she was still there, just sitting there. I guess she would just want to lose farm or XP or something. Yeah, so at this point I have a bunch of money, so I'm now going to go back to buy up. And first thing I'm going to do is going to finish those boots. Oh, I got Boots of Swiftness. Boots of Swiftness are very important on Garen because you want to get that tier 3 movement on him because you can move around a lot. And unfortunately I didn't have enough money for my belt, so I wanted to go get my damage first and still be tanky, so I'm going to get my Chain Vest. And Chain Vest will actually turn into Atma's, or Atomic, people say it in so many ways, but Atma's is A-T-M-A, Emma. So that basically turns my HP, 2% of my HP into attack damage. So I can get my taking yes, and I can actually increase my attack damage for more damage. And the reason why I highlighted Defensive Strike right there, well, I was explaining Atmos, but Defensive Strike, you want to use that skill when you're coming back to lane because that increases your movement speed. So when you're running back to lane, just hit that twice. I think you hit it twice to get back to lane, faster. So that way you don't lose farm and don't lose experience. You want to get back to lane as quickly as possible. So since Garen's based on cooldown reduction, why not use that skill to get back in lane? So we're waiting for the Ockley to again push up again, which she's trying to sneak up a little bit more. Unfortunately, I was in the back bush because I wanted them to push up further. That was a miscommunication between me and Sharn. I wanted to move up a little bit closer, wanted them to push the lane completely, and have them see if I was in the bush or not, and have me in the back bush. But But that was miscommunication part. He just kind of jumped on her early and used the bombs on him, and I was too far away to do much of anything to finish off the kill. And my ultimate's on cooldown still from the last time I killed her, so I couldn't really do anything. But once again, they're low on health, and oh yeah, thank you, Sharon, for using clarity on me. That's so useful in Garen, the clarity. In case you don't know what clarity does, clarity gives you back your mana, which Garen doesn't have any mana, so yay. But that was more for him than me. I'm just teasing. So Shard's playing more a support role, so he's letting me try to farm as much as possible, and oh dear goodness, I need to work on my last hitting with Garen. I really need to work on my last hitting with Garen. That was horrible. If there had been any mistakes in that game, other than missing Akali one time, it was my last hitting on minions with Garen. So now Tristana is in the bottom lane. I don't know why they did a lane shift. I guess they wanted to protect Akali more, and apparently Tristana is good for that, which she's really not. They should have moved Blitzcrank bottom instead, and that would really like scare us. If they moved Blitzcrank bottom, that would really scare us away, because he is so dangerous when we're pushed up next to a turret like that. He just grabs us right out of that bush where Resilient's standing. Yeah, see right there. See, he just grabs you and just pulls you right near that tower, and you just die. And that's a perfect example when Jax died right there. He just grab you and just pop you and just hold you right there. So we would not have pushed up as much if they moved Blitz down bottom lane, but I guess he wanted to stay top. So the Akali is getting a little low. We want to get in there. And we're like, and we actually made an idea. It's like, it dawned on us, like, you know what? I can just die of it, prevent a lot of damage on myself by my shield and Sharon's ultimate. Zillion's ultimate actually is like a rebirth. If you die, you just res yourself back up again. It's like, okay, well, why don't we just dive them? You just ult me and go like that. But when we get there, Akali's gone. Just Tristana's there, so we just end up doing anyway. So he ults me. I'm spinning around. Unfortunately, the tower goes after Sharon instead of me, and he did ult me. So, but the tower for some reason went after him instead of me because he must have hit Tristana before I did. And he took the damage from the tower, and I just killed her with my ultimate right there. That's a perfect example of using Zillion's ultimate for your advantage and Garen's tankiness factor with his shield and all. So Akali returns to the lane. Yeah, I guess she based because now she's back at full health. So that was just perfect timing on our part. She just backed off. That was bad timing on her part too. She just backed off right before we were just get the tower, and this Tristana sitting there all by herself with me and Sharon sitting right there. With Sharon's ultimate, even if I died to the tower, I could just res back up again. And Sharon went back now because he's got a buyout because he had a bunch of money from when he stayed, and I went back. And there's Tristana again. I'm just waiting for Sharon to get back. Oh, and Kennan's coming down too to join the party, and they pinged before and I jumped back because I thought Brand was coming down, and there he is coming down now. And there's Akali and everybody's having a party. Kenan got the kill on Brand. We wanted to get the kill on Brand because we knew he was the better player on the team. Right here was a little bit of a mistake. I should have went after Akali because Akali was on lower HP than Tristana. Tristana was slightly closer. I was a little worried about the turret because it was a little low in health, and I figured Zillion's ultimate was not up yet. So I just pretty much hit the closest thing I could hit there. And then we pushed the tower up. Minion's going to take the kills. Now we're going to chase after him. Now here's Garen's speed at its best. Boom. There goes Tristana. There's a Q hit, plus the ghost, plus the flash. I just close that distance way down. And then boom. I pop the shield to prevent some of the damage on me from the turret, and I get both kills. And that's just the speed of Garen right there. The speed and toughness of Garen, like, at its best. Just being able to hit Q, hit Ghost, hit Flash, and just close that distance so fast. And able to get both those kills past those turrets. Yeah, well, I missed all those minions there because all my minions were killed them all. Gotta work on the last thing with Garen. My goodness. And Kennen returns to his mid lane now, because we already took the bottom tower out after doing that. And I asked Top at this point. Yeah, I'm already like pretty much fed. I haven't died yet. I got a lot of kills. I asked Top, was like, hey, do you need me to come up there? And as soon as I asked that, like Blitzcrank killed our Jax again. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess you do need my help. So here I'm coming out of the bush. I'm like, hey, Ramus, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Boom, ultimate. See, that's that Blitzcrank thing again, with that when he punches you and just holds you out of the tower, so you take a little damage there. But again, with Garen's passive, I mean, he can heal himself back up again a little bit, as long as he's not being hit. So this tower's low, so we're gonna go up and hit the tower. If you queue up the tower, you can do extra damage to it. He's trying to get away from me, but I have a boost of swiftness. I just queued, so I had a little bit of speed boost from that, and I just slice him down with my judgment. And here goes Brand Ockley to gank us at the top after taking the tower, so we're like, oh, okay, we're getting out of here. But because Teemo has a sprint skill and I have a sprint skill, we just get out of there pretty quickly. So Q can also be used in escape, but I actually was saying, like, with the tower, like, why you use Decisive Strike on the tower? Well, Decisive Strike does deal extra damage when you hit. So it's just like Gnosis' Q, where it does deal extra damage within hits. So you one hit the tower with a regular attack, and then hit the Q again because it resets your timer, and you can go from there. Now I finished off my Atamas, and I got my belt, so I increased my health even more, so which actually increases my AD. And it actually gives a critical, which Judgment also works off critical, kinda. It increases your bonus damage from the critical. Yeah, she sounds like, I don't want no part of you, so she gets out of there. And I get my farm. Thank you very much. Without delay. This one, I'm trying to figure out where to go. I see bottom going to be kind of pushed up a little bit, so I'm going to head bottom and get the farm and keep that lane pushed up for pressure. But then as the team fight breaks out, bottom instead. So now I get it back in there. Going after the Ockley. She got so low on health. I don't know how she died. Like, I didn't get the hit. Oh, a minion. Oh, the minion hit her. I just realized now why I killed her. I guess the minion went after her. So the minion killed her, and I get the credit for the kill. I get out of there, and Kennen comes in, sweeps in for the kill on the Tristana. Unfortunately for Kennen, and this is Rammus's best thing, he will taunt. If he taunts you at the tower, you'll automatically attack him because that's what taunt does. And because you hit him, the tower's gonna trigger. It's like, oh no, the champion's in trouble, so the tower has to kill you. You're the champion. Whew. That's a good useless Q right there. I almost got hit by that pole, and Blitz is chasing after me now, but he figures like, oh, I can't chase after him. I'm not gonna make it because I also have a sprint skill with my Q. And I cut back to the left just in case he was gonna come after me through the bushes and head up to his dragon and try to pull me. But by cutting left back towards their side, I figured like, well, he would probably figure I'm going straight to my base towards dragon, not the backside dragon. So that's why I cut left there. And I was going to go for that brand because they got him a low on hell HP, but then Rammus pops out again, so I had to go back. And Blitzcrank's pushing this bottom lane. To protect our land. So I have to protect the land. So by protecting the land, I have to go down and kill the minion uprising at the bottom. And get more farm. Because at this point I'm pretty much carrying. Unfortunately, Creo, I felt bad for Creo. He was having a really bad game on Jax. So I guess we're kind of lucky that I was having such a huge game on Garen to compensate for it. In the king's name. Why I did not ward that dragon there when I walked up, I don't know. So here's another team fight breaking out. I want to secure the kill on Tristana. That's why I use my ultimate there. And we're pretty much sweeping through here. Unfortunately, Jax dies again. But we did get a lot of kills. We got 3 kills for 1, so totally worth it. Totally worth it for a good team fight there. Nice ultimate by Kennen to stun them all after everybody initiated, and they tried to kill me because everybody focused on me once I spun in there. But because of Garen's, because of my tankiness already in game, and the fact I have my guard up, which can reduce the damage further, that pretty much make it hard for them to kill me. So they focus me, and I'm kind of tanky, so that basically wastes all their damage on me, and then Kennen just swoops in and starts stunning everybody and killing everybody. And we got 3 kills for 2, 3 kills for 1. After Jax initiated that one, yeah, that was probably a bad initiation on his part, but that did get Tristana down enough so I can use my ultimate. And the thing about Garen is people like say, "Oh, Garen kill steals all the time with his ultimate." Well, for one thing, there's no such thing as kill stealing. There's basically securing kills, and that's what Garen's ultimate is basically. Garen's ultimate makes sure you get the kill because his ultimate basically does like 500 damage plus at max ranks like 2.5 of their missing HP. So there's a little bit of math involved, and you have to kind of watch their bar. But once their bar gets low enough, say around, I want to say around 750 to 800 health left, that's when you want to use your ultimate. And basically what you're doing is securing that kill on that carry, so they make sure that they're not going to do any more damage to your team. And that's basically what Garen's there for. Garen's there for to do a lot of damage with the judgment, silence whatever carry, the big damage dealer they have on their team, and as your team starts killing them down, you hit your ultimate, and that basically makes sure you get the kill, and they're not going to hurt your team anymore.
Fear not, I'm coming.
An enemy has been slain.
I'm just pushing back the bottom lane again. I spent a lot of time in bottom lane. Just trying to get my farm up, my experience up, and like that, because like I said, I'm basically the melee carrier right now. Jack's having a little bit better time because he need to get the kill on a brand there. So we're heading back to Dragon, and I don't know how the heck they got Dragon there. I have no idea. I guess I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I wish I put that word there way before now. By the way, on that last buy that I went back on, I bought my Negatron cloak and a regrowth pendant because the next build I'm going after is Force of Nature, of course. That will be my last tank item. It also increases his movement speed, so it makes Garen even faster. So spin to win with Q makes me even faster. The actually game ended real early. The game ended right here, which was too bad. I guess they decided it's like, oh, we're not going to win this match, so we're going to give up. So we actually forced them to surrender. So by the end of the match, as we dissolved to the victory screen on Garen, I was 8-0-5. I had the most money. I basically doubled the farming of like basically one of their guys. I had 7,000 gold by the end of that, and 98 creeps. So I did farm pretty good creeps. I actually 98. It should have been higher because, like I said, I was doing horrible in the last hitting. But yeah, I did a pretty decent job. 22-minute match. So we basically forced them to surrender up 20. And my level 15, like if you look at Akali there, she was only level 9, so that's how hard we were hitting that bottom lane on her. She's like 6 levels behind me, and I wasn't really planning on being the carry. I was actually being like kind of defensively Garen, but because Garen's such a good has such good damage and still be tanky enough, he makes a really pretty fun champion to play. He's actually one of the first champions to play when you first get the game in the tutorial. He's the melee option. But this is Sabre Wolf. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll try to I'll see if I can do some more. Right? Let me know, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.